Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are on the free to play. So I made a bit of an oopsie yesterday. As you can see, I'm feeling much better. I am still on some medication. Well, I say medication. I'm on Dayquil, but I am feeling much better, which is great news because it's giving me that kind of energy level I'm hoping to achieve and kind of being able to bring you guys quality content. Um, I do have to. First of all, I made an oopsie yesterday. I talked about it in the video. I was going to do Hydra before I went to bed. As soon as I finished recording, I uploaded that video and I went to bed. And I completely forgot to do Hydra. So I actually missed out on my 4 fragments for Mithrala. Oh, up to 4 fragments for Mithrala. So I was very disappointed in that. However, in order to make up for it, I did go ahead and do Hydra right away. So I got normal Hydra out of the way. 12.45 million. I basically did this manual until 6.6 million, and then I autoed it and got another up to 12 million. I probably, if I manualed it all the way, could have gotten way higher than 12.545, if I'm being honest. Because who knows if they're properly targeting. I'm going to pause.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Yeah, I was going to say, the sound effect was coming. I happened to glance over on my other screen and see that, thank you, Comp, for being a member of the channel. I do appreciate that. That is a huge way to support the channel, but the best way to support, if you're not already a subscriber, would be to subscribe, but we'll talk about that later. So anyways, I did 12.45 million, and I probably could have got that a little bit higher. I may want to start considering getting it higher. If I do think I'm getting to the point where I can get 35 million, I may want to consider that. I don't think I'm there yet. I would need to probably get a few specialized champions to be able to pull something like that off. So, and when I say specialized, I mean Hydra specialized. Not, probably like bringing in HP burns. Rathalos, I think, is a Hydra specialist, for example, but I don't have a cleanser yet. I probably have several on the account that I just haven't built. So that's a big factor of it as well. I do wish that I could have gone for White Queen. And if we remember, it wasn't that I didn't necessarily want her. The biggest issue was I didn't think I had the resources to pull her off because of the requirements that were necessary to get her. She was a little harder to get than what I felt Armand's was. The hype around Armand's was a lot higher too. And on a young account like this, Armand's has a big impact, but I still haven't built him yet. That's just priority problems on my part. Prioritization, use of energy, efficiency. I'm doing a lot of things poorly on this account, but I took such a break from the main account, and my clan has ramped up quite a bit, and so now I'm ramping up my main account so much, right? And so, anyways, so, man, I've rambled on everywhere, but yeah, I forgot to do Hydra. I did it now. I got the damage I wanted out of there. But ideally, what you do want to be looking for, you want to, if you're in a clan, you'd like to be hitting 35 mil. So maybe that's something in the future. Maybe that's the next step after we get clan boss figured out, right? That's the plan right now, getting clan boss figured out. So, I've been using my energy today. I was getting masteries done. So Godseeker, you'll see we're at 510. So we're getting there, right? So almost to the that point on masteries. And we're looking pretty good. So still quite a bit of work to do on the account. I've got masteries to pick out for Seer, masteries to pick out for Godseeker, masteries to pick out for Arbiter. Blessing for Coldheart. I'm waiting on the picking the Blessing for Coldheart once I determine where I really want to use her, because there are 2 blessings that are good for her, and it kind of determines if you're you know, what you're looking to do with her. And that's going to be a video for another time when Coldheart gets 6-starred. And I just haven't bothered to pick the Masters on Soul Bond. I don't really use her all that much. She's great. I just haven't really used her much outside of a stun set. We've got the Yakarl fragments. I did that on camera. So I had that little bit of an oopsie. A couple of things I wanted to talk about today. One is I lied to you guys, and it was an accident. I didn't mean to lie to you. I told you guys I was going to stream on Saturday. No, WrestleMania is this Saturday. I completely forgot. I want so badly to stream because I haven't done it in so long, and I feel very bad about it. I want to stream, and if not for getting sick this weekend, I would have streamed, and it would have been the perfect weekend to do it. This weekend is WrestleMania. That's Saturday and Sunday. I won't be able to. Well, I mean, I could stream. I don't want to stream on either of those days because I do want to watch that. And then Friday's the Hall of Fame and SmackDown, which I work Saturday too, so I don't like to stream before I work. So I will likely be streaming sometime next week, during the week, and I will keep you guys posted on that. And please understand that I want to stream. I would love to stream more. If you like me streaming and want me to stream more, make sure you're subscribed. I know the one person that has asked is there in my Discord, and I know they're subscribed, so don't worry, I get it. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. You know, I still got to make a living, so unfortunately that pulls me in a lot of different directions. And then obviously there's stuff that I want to consume and have fun with. And streaming during the day on Sunday doesn't really work, like, you know, before WrestleMania, because that's family time too. So it's just kind of a crapshoot right now for my day, what my day off is. But I should have something next week where basically whatever day off I have next week, I don't have my schedule in front of me, or I would just lock it in. But whatever day off I have next week, I will stream that night at 9 o'clock, the night before that day, right? That way I can be up later with you guys, but then sleep in the following day. I sleep in quotations because I still have to wake up and take my daughter to school, but you get the gist of it. So it gives me a little bit more flexibility to be able to kind of hang out with you guys overnight. And so I will definitely do account takeovers for that. Even if it's just me hopping on accounts and saying, yeah, your stuff looks good. We'll do account takeovers that night. So, all right. More to come on that. I'll keep you guys posted. Now let's talk about the Fusion coming up again. Now, I've already touched on this a bunch, and unfortunately, she's not really in the news here, at least not that I can find one to click on. But I wanted to mention Hell Hades' video, and I'm mentioning this for a couple of reasons. So a lot of people in the comments aren't feeling Ostrid. A lot of people are like, hey, this is a pass for me. And I'm obviously going for her on the free-to-play, and obviously going for her on the main account. My clan was surprised by that, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go for every fragment summon on the main account. And that's because I can save them and use them for a clan v clan. So I always go for the fragment ones because I like having them saved up, right? As far as for the free-to-play and why I'm going to go for her on the free-to-play, one is to demonstrate to you guys that once your account gets to a certain point, I'm going to finish that sentence, and then but just know there's an asterisk. Once your account gets to a certain point, you can do every fusion. Comma, but, big asterisk. Depending on if they make you do both the champion chase and the summon rush or not. If you look at the free-to-play challenge, Hell Hades was able to do both fusions, I think. I know he did White Queen, and I know that Odd One did Armand's, but I don't know if Hell Hades did Armand's and if Odd One did White Queen or not. But those were the two fusions that occurred during the event, right? During the free-to-play challenge. So it's very doable, but they're on a crazy schedule, right? They're not on a crazy schedule. They are on an open schedule. They are able to play the game all day, every day, and dedicate the amount of resources and time it takes to do a fusion even very early on. But there's several different ways to approach this game from a free-to-play perspective. If you wanted to approach this game with a complete free-to-play mentality, then I feel like the biggest approach to have is a mentality of, I'm going to have resources for X. And if I was to start over again, I might actually amend some of the processes that I've been doing thus far. And what I mean by that is, instead of spending every single ancient I have during a 2x event, I might save up until I have 200 ancients, 100 voids, and 10 sacreds. Never spending any of them. Or spending very few amount of them. I'm thinking for a long-term account, and then making sure I had the resources for the fusions, right? And then getting whatever bonuses I get during the fusion, right? So, I'm pulling X number of shards during this fusion. Oh, look, I happened to get a really good epic and a legendary while I pulled for this. And those numbers seem high. 200 ancients is crazy to save up. Same with voids, same with sacreds, etc. But I'm also thinking about guaranteed champions, right? Just imagine if this account had saved all my shards and then being able to potentially pull White King guaranteed, right? Big asterisk on all of this. It's not a fun way to play the game. It's something I've crafted in my head before. I don't know that I would do it, because it's not fun. Part of the fun of this game is pulling shards. And I try to do it that way. For some people, that might be a fun way to play the game, but a lot of different approaches to the free-to-play concept. But I know that for me, I'm going to continue playing the way that I've been playing, but I still feel like as long as I don't have to do a summon rush, specifically the summon rush, as long as I don't have to do the summon rush, I can go for this fusion. It depends on how they divvy up the fragments, to be honest. That's really what it boils down to at this point, you know? Because I'm just not going to have the shards to pull it off. Now, when I get to Ultra Nightmare consistently, you know, we did that one time where we did it, and I got ahead of myself there. But when we get to Ultra Nightmare consistently, that'll change things quite a bit, because I will have more sacreds coming in. But as you can see, I've been very unlucky with sacreds. Very unlucky. I think I'm about to get one in a couple of days, yeah. But to have no sacreds right now on the account going into a fusion is not ideal. And I mean, I've got considerably more on my main account. Clan Boss has been very nice to the main account, but not nice to the free to play. And I think I missed a nightmare once, right? I think I talked about that where I missed a nightmare. But either way, I am rambling on about all kinds of stuff that I didn't really want to talk about. I'm here to talk about Ostrid, however you want to say her name. I am going for her on the free to play, and I think she's good. Hell Hades made a video about her that he posted. I think it was today. I'm gonna put it in the description of the video because he explains why he thinks that she is so good, and he does it in a much better way, I think. But I think she is going to be good, and I think for this account, she's extremely valuable. Just in general, I truly think that she is, and I don't have anything to show you on the screen, unfortunately, but I'm excited to go for her, but I'm not going to rob myself of a ton of resources without or for her, I would say. Like, I'm not going to force myself to complete a summon rush, you know, maybe spending gems on ancients or something, like, you know, I'm not going to do that. So if they're going to ask us to do a summon rush for her, I just can't do it. It starts tomorrow. The summon rush would seemingly follow that up. I don't have the stockpile to pull that off. So I wanted to talk about that. I recommend you watch that video and kind of get an idea of how good she is, how, you know, because I think he can do it just a little bit more eloquently than I can. But I think she's great in a lot of different areas of the game and can be good. He looked at her in Arena, which I never even bothered to consider, but it's crazy. She's potentially better than Arbiter as a lead, but you know, when you're thinking long term and you're thinking tag team Arena and things like that, you know, I could get multiple speed teams. He talks about speed teams not being as good these days, which is a drawback slightly on her, but I think she's going to be a good champion, and I'm excited to go for her. She's not as game breaking enough to warrant I mean, it's not even, I was going to say to warrant putting myself in a hole, but I can't even put myself in a hole. I don't have anything to pull. I just don't. So a summon rush is unattainable for me. I will not be able to win a summon rush. I can't imagine 50 ancients being enough to win a summon rush. If it turns out that 50 ancients is enough, well, okay, cool. Then I guess I'll do a summon rush, but I don't think that's going to be enough. So, all right, enough about that. There was something else that I wanted to talk about. Or maybe that was just those two things. I guess it was just those two things. I wanted to talk about the Hydra Clan boss oopsie, give you an update on where we're at with Godseeker. I wanted to talk about Ostrid, and I think that's it. I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about. I really do, but I cannot for the life of me wrap my head around it. I fell short on the Forge Pass. I ended up coming up short on that, and I was really upset. That was another thing that hit kind of hard. I was pretty disappointed to come up short there. Where are we at on missions anyways? I really haven't bothered to look at missions since we pulled that off. Yeah, I guess that's everything. I mean, I feel like there's something else that I'm completely forgetting to talk about. And I cannot remember at all what it was. Um, this isn't it, but in me sitting here thinking, a lot of you, I gotta stop saying that, but I love Syl. I'm not hating on Syl. Um, Definitely for faction wars. I already know she's the queen of barbarians faction wars. And having that blessing is going to be huge. And it really does increase her value to have a 5-star blessing on because what did we learn, right? It was a yeah, it's not guaranteed, but it is protected. I wish it was guaranteed and protected, but still. Um yeah, wasn't trying to hate on Syl. I think she's great. Um just remember how blessed this account is. Right? Like it's so hard to put into words. It's so hard to fathom how blessed of a free to play account this is. Um our first legendary was Ultimate Death Knight. Not our first like pulled from shards legendary was Ultimate Death Knight, who while being a free champion across the board is a staple in the arena right now at this point. And I don't even use him there yet, but he is a frustrating piece for many accounts in the arena, and we just happened to pull him right away. I think one of, if not the first epic that was a void epic was Ursula the Mourner, who's one of the best revivers in the game, and brought me both increased defense, strengthen, and increased attack in her kit, right? We got Geomancer early. We got Seer very early. Venomage very early. Even getting, we remember that epic pull where I got, Skull Crusher, Taragi, and all these crazy champions. Even Coffin Smasher we got early. If I could have got Coffin Smasher on the free-to-play challenge account and Apothecary, I mean, that would have changed the course of that account entirely. So this account is very lucky. And to be completely honest, should be a lot farther along than it is. One of the main reasons it's only as far along as it is because if this was a main account, right, and for a full-time player, I think it would be way, a lot of these level 50s would be ranked up by now, right? And so on and so forth. So the account is stacked. So, when you have a stacked account before you get to Syl, it brings her down just a hair, right? I mean, imagine how excited I would be about Syl if I didn't have Ursula, right? If I hadn't have already gotten Arbiter right before I got Syl. That, because they're very, not exact kits, but similar kits. So, love Syl. Not knocking her. Still going to build her. She's going to get 6-starred, 100%. Great for faction wars. All those things you guys said, I completely agree with. To be quite honest, Barbarians will probably be the first faction crypt that I complete. Because look at that foursome right there. You tell me an area of the game that this foursome can't do, right? I mean, that amount of control. First of all the waves are done. And then boss, we have a little bit of healing. We've got decreased speed. We've got crowd control for the turn meter. And decent damage. So yeah, I'm very excited about this faction. His stuff's on a single target, right? Yeah. So no, I'm very happy with my pull of Syl and getting that blessing. And when I decide to focus on faction wars, that'll be a focus. So I wanted to address that. It popped into my head just now, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, people seem to think I hate Syl. That's not the case. Just when you compare to the big, you know, the wow factor that we've had up to this point, she hasn't quite hit at the same level as what we've gotten so far. And I hope that trend continues in this account. So, all right. I'll go ahead and call that a video because I do want to go open up some souls on the main account and record that for you guys. I did say that I might be able to get all the masteries done, and I was close. I mean, that's a fair chunk of masteries. We still got like 400 more to go, but Godseeker will be ready to go heading into, I would say, because I'm going to need time to speed tune and do all that stuff. This will probably be stuff that I can do over the weekend. So, expect a big update over the week. We have the fusion. I don't know. Tomorrow's a big day, to be completely honest. Tomorrow will be a very important day because I'll have the calendar, hopefully, for the fusion. And I will be able to give you guys all the information and say, okay, this is what we're doing. We have to, we find out if we have to do a summon rush or not, and we'll go from there. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's everything I got. Thank you guys for watching. I will do my full spiel this time. Until we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to keep pushing for this. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I do make raid content. I try to make it daily. And I'm working to get more content out there beyond just an update on this free-to-play account. I've got some teams that I'm working on that are of my own design that I want to test out and show you guys, and kind of more fun stuff like that. So the best way to support the channel is to subscribe, because once I hit 1,000 subscribers, that opens up some more monetization options for me. So if you would please do that, I would appreciate it. If you've been here for a while, if you watch my videos every now and then, and kind of catch an update whenever it's suggested to you in your feed or whatever, I totally understand that. I do that for many content creators. I've been there. However, in my case, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it would really help me out. I am making a push, like I just said, for 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you count. We're at 964 last time I checked. Well, I lost one of you, so now we're down to 963. So if you're watching now and you want to help make up for that one, you could be the guy. Huh? You could do it. You could be the guy. Make up for that one I just lost. So I'm at 963 subscribers right now. So any little bit helps. So anyways, enough about all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really thought this was going to be kind of a more heavier content episode. I really did. And it feels kind of light. So I'm going to have to brainstorm tomorrow while I'm at work and hopefully give you guys something a little more substantial tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna call it now, and I'm gonna have to write it down or text it to myself or something. Let's do masteries on definitely Seer, maybe Godseeker if I'm done filling out her masteries. And we'll get that figured out, all right? We'll do that. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much. I'll see you on the next video.